I know someone else is gonna love the bastards too, so I don't feel too bad if that bag suddenly disappears. At least I'll know where it went, but I won't be too sad if it disappears.
Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely
I
stealing
think I
that
bought
bag.
this back. It was ready to disappear.
Oh, did you see the candles that I got?
Oh yeah, I was making faces
Okay,
at them.
that lighting,
Right.
you're gonna light all those there out, right?
Jason, did you see the candles that I got?
I did.
What do you think?
They're pretty cool.
Every time I look at them, I can't help but make the face and go.
I think the mouth is open wider. Yeah, right there.
Price comparison. It's like how there's one single one that has its face just locked
Locked off?
sideways.
Yeah. Well, and then it shows that the candles, the inside of the candle's red. So when you light it, they're gonna bleed down.
I still had those in my ears. No
You
wonder
know,
everything was moving.
When you do, you have to remember to say the magical word. Kalima. Kalima.
No. It's
Magical words.
it's Kalima. Kalima.
Indiana.
Indiana. Okay.
Mm.
Temple of Doom.
Okay.
One of the least respectable of
Short
the-
round. Don't touch anything. Okay, Mr. John. That
Yeah, I mean, that movie was pretty cringy. There were some aspects of it that just
I haven't
Yeah.
seen the original Indiana Jones since I was a kid.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I didn't have the mental capacity.
Raiders of
to
the
really
Lost Ark was my
understand
least
it.
favorite.
Raiders of the Lost Ark was great.
That was my least favorite one.
Really?
It's
Too
the
many
melting
VHS.
face and
That was like
I personally think what's
that
his
was like
face gets
one
me
aspect of
disgusted.
the
what
movie.
year did it come out?
1990s.
I don't know. The same year you were born.
No. 1970s.
1970s?
Uh-huh. Because
No,
because
No, I don't think
no
it was the
no
70s.
no it came out before Star Wars. Because Harrison Ford went from Indiana Jones to Star Wars. If you were talking to Raiders of the Lost Ark,
81. No,
81.
came out in 81.
Came out after. Filmed at the
Came
same
out the
time.
year I was born.
That came out
Okay, yeah.
after.
Came out the year
Sorry,
I was born.
Indiana Jones was filmed first.
And then came out after Star Wars
And then
because
came out
everyone
after-
thought that Harrison Ford was too old for Star Wars.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah. Well, he's the oldest member of the group.
he was already an established movie actor.
Yeah, he was already in his like mid-30s
I
when
still
it came out.
the original Indiana Jones wasn't actually supposed to be him. It was supposed to be Magnum PI.
Yeah, yeah, it
I
was.
want to see what that would look like.
originally-
Though.
They wanted it to be Magnum PI, and when they couldn't get Magnum PI, they wanted the original MacGyver.
You guys
to
should
be
say
the-
Tom Selleck. I
Oh.
mean, come on. They wanted Magnum PI.
Can
You
just
mean Tom
imagine
Selleck?
the Colonel from Stargate SG-1 running around as Indiana Jones?
No, because I can't picture his.
Who picks up off from the final battle?
Was
of
Stargate originally a book series?
Feels like it would be.
I have to
I don't
ask.
think so
I would
either.
have to ask my dad. He is the reason why I like Stargate.
Jesus.
Wow.
That
was
would all
My
hurt.
eye.
That was
Good Lord. Was that you?
But
Yeah.
no, like it's so
I
like
my knee into the table.
because like what I did was when I'm rewatching all of the Stargates, and I'm watching them in a way where the timelines of everything that's happening match up with each other.
Gotcha.
So when you get to like SG-1 season 7 is when you need to start watching Atlantis. When you're halfway through Atlantis and almost done with SG-1.
See, that all sounds so complex and like
I
I
would-
just if like right
I
now
would-
we're watching Gilmore Girls, which I love watching because it's super easy. You turn it on and you just watch it.
But no, the
Like these
And
multiverse
if you
shows.
in
miss an
series-
episode, you're fine.
Yeah.
I
In
would
series,
be
in
interested in
series
watching it
order,
if they
it's
put them in order.
SG1, Atlantis, Universe.
Yeah.
Then they came out with Origins, and it's like, guys, you literally took a failing. Like, you had two amazing series, 10 seasons in the first one, 7 seasons in the second one, and you took it and you just shoved it in your gut and shat it out into something that was
There's
horrible.
been a talk of rebooting Supernatural.
Yeah, I've
What?
heard about
They
that.
better
And
not.
Bones.
But they just finished Supernatural. Why would they reboot
They're
it?
redoing the first season basically to, I guess. So the character
But
that
they're
plays
super
Loki,
older now. They can't get the same actors doing
well, they
it.
look fine. They look done.
Well,
Yeah,
they're
that's
not
the point.
using
They
the
look
same
good.
actors.
But
They're rebooting means that you're doing the story all over again with new people. And I think
They
this
want it to be politically correct.
No, I think
Well-
this with Supernatural, I think the one thing they've never felt that they did well was the special effects.
In the first season?
Yeah, and I think they've always wanted to kind of go back and create a much darker, scarier
the guy who
universe
plays
than they built.
Loki, he's now the owner of he bought the licensing for Supernatural. That's
Did
why
he really?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
that's funny.
that's why he wants to do the reboot. He's also making a couple.
Yeah, I
of
still have
side
high hopes for Firefly, man.
Come on, bring back Firefly. I want to see how that one worked out. I mean, it would be sad not to have the same actor.
I mean, and Nathan Fillion is clearly still capable of acting. I mean, he's been playing a cop for 6 seasons, you know. And so clearly he can still do the job.
Well,
I
there's
would
also-
love to see a time skip in Firefly.
That would be great. Time
I wanna-
dilation with Firefly?
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause-
that'd be pretty cool.
They did that with the movie Serenity.
Sort of.
Technically,
there's a
it-
bit of a time gap there. Yeah,
not that big a time gap.
probably about a year, long enough for her to go hold up in a monastery.
Yeah,
You know, which is an odd place to be a hooker.
I mean, and plus
I'm
with
not person
the,
would completely grow up.
but no, it definitely like you can tell like they didn't separate that like that long. Like the way that they played the story in Serenity, they had the last time they had seen each other in the mid distance maybe had been time of like a few months, like
Yeah,
six
yeah.
months or more.
yeah,
That's what it feels like.
yeah.
The girl who plays Katie, the one with the umbrella and everything. I think
Oh,
that's-
yeah.
is that
Kaylee.
Katie? Or
Kaylee.
Kaylee. I think she's in the new Wicked movie because she was.
She is.
She is.
She
Oh,
is.
Yeah.
I was
is.
like, I thought I saw her on the show. The
Oh, I
premiere
can't wait
thing.
till that movie comes out.
I know it was just weird to see her with.
I
that,
told
like,
her to gather up all the girls, and all the girls should just go see it together.
I mean,
it comes
we
out the
could
end of
all-
this month, right?
We should all dress up pink and green.
I have no desire to see it.
Oh.
I just like the music. I have my brain.
I saw the original cast was in the premiere thing too. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I just like the music. So
My mom actually used to her best friend from high school is the guy who plays the prince. Not in the movie, but the actual
you
show.
okay there, Evan? Want some decaf coffee to wake up?
You want me to sleep faster?
You know that you cannot completely decaffeinate a caffeinated drink because it is part of the milk.
Correct.
But they can take a lot out of it.
I take 99% of it out
Yeah.
of it. Well, welcome back, everybody.
Oh,
We're
look at
back.
All right.
Monday nights. We have 2 stories now going on. We have a alt story of the Caves of
Yay!
Chaos. And then we have our original story, Being Along the River. What do you whisper? I like when couples whisper at each other, then I butt in.
Oh, God, does he still want to eat? But I should go for
No. I need to pick a. No,
What's-
I need
Like caffeine.
I need like a monster.
Monster.
it.
Monster?
I mean,
That's
it
bad
wouldn't-
for
it
you.
wouldn't
That makes
take
your
me-
heart explode.
It wouldn't take me that long just to scrap my bike and just go get
Let me
something.
see. I ordered some energy drinks, but they hadn't showed up when I left. So I just have to use my own natural psychotic energy to heal.
I've supplemented my caffeine with naps.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
It works well if you can find the time.
Yeah.
I think that's why I feel so tired is because I slept in today and then I cleaned, played some games, took a nap before coming, and then I got here.
They're just
Yeah, I'm just so like I was at Disney yesterday with friends,
Oh, yeah?
so like
That'll do it. That'll worry.
That's a great way
we
for
went
part
on,
of your soul to
we
leave your
went on
body.
like 12 different rides. I got to go to Blue Bayou.
Did you know that Disney
Nice.
has a magic collecting source underneath? most magical place on Earth because it actually sucks to a lot of people that go there.
So that's why it's a small.
I wish that conspiracy theory were true, except there's an issue with that, and you're talking to the wrong person to try and trick them into it. As somebody, as somebody who literally had access to everywhere on the resort when they were a security lead, good try.
Yeah.
I wouldn't tell the security league about the aliens they keep underneath there. That's completely like super hush hush.
We'll totally find the frozen bodies next to the cats up in the fields.
Oh, I apparently found the supposed cryo container room.
Nice.
It's literally just a boiler room.
I like more the fact that when we were on the
Who are you playing tonight, Carolyn?
I believe if everybody's here, I'm on Pia.
yes.
I go by Pia for short.
Would you go by Pia for short, right?
Yeah.
I forgot to do all the
Goth's a
changes.
gun full of holes at your service.
Goth, right?
Goth
Yeah,
full of
Goth.
holes at your service. I have so many arrows in my
What's
body.
Callista's Umbra,
I am Merryweather.
I had everything saved from before except for Umbra and Pia.
It's not.
Onomatopoeia.
When you make us encounter another mob to fight, just beware of that one.
I had a
That
character.
one right there
Yeah.
with Sacred Flame.
Yeah.
You did a lot of damage with that sacred flame.
I had a player lose a character last night.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
Congratulations.
Level 4 Warforged.
Oh no.
He was chasing a baddie. She was running away from him, running up a mine shaft.
Uh-huh.
She was climbing a bucket chain to get away from him. And he's this big hulking forklift of a Warforged, and he's using his big metal grippers to like climb up the sheer like height of the air shaft. And
So it
he
straight up was a Legend of Zelda boss.
Yeah, it's like he was leaping off. He was trying to kick. He managed to roll really well to get up ahead of her.
Uh-huh.
So he's going to leap off and land on the chain and bucket she was climbing up.
Uh-huh.
He rolled a natural 1.
Yes.
And he tumbled 70 feet down to the bottom of the air shaft.
To his death.
You know what that,
Oh, yeah.
You know what that reminds me of? A dwarf that
He was
I rolled a natural 20 to attempt to save, but he rolled a natural 1 to die. We were jumping off the mine shaft lift.
It'll happen.
I wanted to save him.
Get too adventurous. It'll happen.
Everyone who comes near me dies. Ah!
Imagine that.
Save
Where did
him.
Callista go?
She is.
She went to go find me
So-
caffeine.
Do you not drink coffee?
Coffee puts me to sleep.
Oh wow.
It's gotta be like a carbonated soda type of thing.
If there are Mr.
Mr.
Krabs
Krabs the first one to ever die in your
I've
campaign.
yeah. So like
there is tea caffeine, there's coffee caffeine, there's energy caffeine.
I don't know.
There's
Like,
like
chocolate
with how,
I've
caffeine.
had
with
a
how
handful
tired I
of that.
feel.
Oh, okay.
Like
Yeah.
like there is a type of coffee I can drink that would wake me
Technically,
up.
you all died in
No.
Shattered.
Or did many of us live in alternate dimensions?
No, actually, you all died in our
Yeah.
first campaign that we did.
I
Mike's
didn't.
Promise.
I wasn't here.
You weren't there, but yeah, you guys all died in that one.
I didn't see how it happened, so it doesn't exist.
We found the corpses.
I mean, if
You
I, like
found the
said,
corpses.
if
I wasn't there.
If I gotta go make a run to a convenience store, literally everybody can just give me a quick order. I will literally be up and down the road in 10 minutes.
And the way I see it, our core characters
Well, what
could
took
have
place
lived.
here?
There was a lot of copies of us. Those could have been just copy bodies. Our original bodies could have
But
just
yeah, no, so like
been off and
so the
doing
whole
things.
thing happened with her last week. She hit her head.
Yep.
I ended up staying till Thursday morning, and I was taking care of her. Like she would wake up, so I would wake up because in my head I'm like, okay, I need to walk with her. And there were a couple times where I did, and so went home and went to work Thursday, and then graveyard didn't show up, so I worked a double. And
Yeah, but
then-
that's good money when you work a double.
especially considering I called out for yesterday, it makes up for the fact
You
that
called
I
out.
took a day off.
Yeah.
Well, so Friday came out, and then like I was stressed because apparently when my manager printed out my call off request, the 0 I wrote looked like a 1 to him. Well, what the printer did was just blot, like I did kind of like a skinny 0, and so the printer just filled it all in as
when it printed out,
yeah.
or not? You don't have any energy drinks or anything?
Other than coffee or tea. I have sweet tea.
What about the ice cream place next door?
They might have monsters, actually.
I'm gonna go take a look.
Yeah. Go for it.
But to finish that, so I argued and argued, and I finally asked my site supervisor, "Hey, can I see my initial time off request?" I took a picture and sent them and said, "Hey, see, look, it says 10. It says 10, not 11. I'm already off on the 11th. It says 10." And they managed to find somebody to cover me yesterday. But then we walked. I always try to hit everything sequentially. So like when I started in Disneyland, when we did our thing,
Yeah.
we started in Adventureland and worked our way around.
To make Haunted Mansion the last one.
And and make Haunted Mansion. And then we came back to Haunted Mansion because it was a virtual queue, but we also ate dinner over there because we got Red Bulls. But with them, first thing was Peter Pan, then Mad Hatter for a hat, and then to Indiana Jones, and Rise of Resistance, and then we went to Space Mountain, then we went over to DCA, and I'm just like,
Well, because if you use the app now, there's no real easy way of doing the rides anymore. It's just whatever you queue yourself
it
up in.
depends on who you're with,
Yeah.
because I legally have autism, so I'm able to use that to get the disability pass.
It gives you what, like a few, like a handful of rides
You
on.
you can go on every single ride.
Yeah, but you have to wait.
With the exception of the ones that have virtual queues. So the only two
Right.
I can't get on right now with the disability pass
Space Mountain
is
and
Haunted Mansion.
Oh.
And the remake of Splash Mountain, which is now called Country
Kitchen,
Country Bayou.
Country
Wait,
Bayou.
wait. It's
The-
not called Splash Mountain anymore?
It's a New Orleans
No.
theme, right?
It's based off of
Princess and the
Tiana's.
Oh, awesome! That's
Really?
cool. Yeah, that's
It's
awesome.
really pretty inside. My Brian's, I got to see part of it. So
Go get your energy drink so we can get
I'll be
started.
back.
That's so weird to me. I don't know if I want to go back.
So, where we last left off, the team, all knowing each other, Goth, a bugbear, surrounded by fairies. Hearing of this particular location called the Last Bastion Keep, an overwatched area of a crossroads of both caravans that travel east and west, as well as a river that runs parallel along with the caravan route as well. The what now?
Potawatomi River, I think.
Yes.
So, yeah.
This keep watches over the infamous border between the Ashenador and the Panagrip Sands. Great amounts of wealth flourish between these two regions. However, with the final kind of end of the Stratos War, this area now has a very uneasy peace. The challenges of the region have attracted the four of you to the area. Being hired for special needs and special purposes, or being hired by merchants looking to protect their caravans, there's an opportunity here, an opportunity to make money. As you were traveling along the river's edge in the general direction of the Last Bastion Keep, you came across the remains of a ship, a riverboat, that had been purposely grounded up on the bank. Looked like the signs of a struggle, crates that have been emptied and tossed about. You then followed the signs of this struggle into the edge of the woods along the riverbank, and you noticed an encampment of individuals. These individuals seem to have been responsible for not only destroying the riverboat, but they seem to be quite good at it, as there was other crates of goods that they seem to be a regular organized group of ambushers. As you guys took them out, dealt with them.
We bought them a nice dinner.
Yep, knuckle sandwiches.
Laid them to rest.
You guys are currently amongst the detritus and remains of the camp.
We took care of them.
Bodies lying
could mean
all about
anything.
the place.
We're quite kind.
It's mid-morning of day one of your arrival in the region.
So we killed them with kindness.
What
Yes.
would you guys like to do?
Raid the bodies.
Loot the bodies, roll the bodies, and loot the tents and crates.
Okay. So who's focusing on the bodies?
Bodies. I think the tiny ones are.
No, I'll go after tents and crates.
Okay. Investigation as you begin to examine the tents and crates.
Oh, shoot.
Anybody participating in the bodies? I need an investigation for that.
Do I want to use tiny dice for a tiny fairy? They were
Yes.
not kind to me the last
I
time.
would like to persuade the body to give up their loot.
Yeah, let's use our persuasion.
I bet you would. You watch as like like just is floating, flying over one of the dead bodies. And she's having like this conversation, but they did have some. Oh, good.
Good job.
$6 for 2.
We're currently in the camp that you guys raided. You guys are currently going through the bodies, crates, and the tents themselves. So everyone just give me investigation rolls, if you would, please. I need to double check that I turned on your guys' content. Here.
14.
Okay.
I got 18. Well, actually, hold on.
What's your plus?
18.
It's not on here.
16. Yeah, it is.
16.
No. Okay, it didn't print out.
Did you grab all the papers? There
Wait.
should be 4.
This one was on bottom. This one was on top. Only 2 printed out.
And it's not even the first 2.
Yeah.
Here.
That's okay. Since he turned on content, I can check it.
Yeah, it's on.
Investigation. Your investigation is +1.
So
I got
19
14.
for investigative
19.
purposes.
What'd you get?
14.
14.
Alright.
Tents and crates, bodies. You guys are on the bodies. Goth, you want to tents and crates or bodies?
Probably pets and crates.
Oh,
I'm gonna go
asking.
tents and
Yeah.
crates.
Tents and crates. Okay.
Bodies!
14.
You guys see Pia is over there like having a conversation with the corpse.
Stop.
Yeah.
And I'm moving its mouth. So, how are you doing? Oh, I'm doing great.
Is
You
there
know, I just
anybody
feel
with
like
the
I was going to have
I
a
am.
nap.
Yeah. Umbra is.
Little one.
No.
Your friend, she seems a little off.
Dude.
If I have to come over there, I'm putting a hammer in that head.
Foxglove.
Oh, I thought it was Umbra.
No, Foxglove, Purple Spirit.
Sorry.
I apologize every time.
You know, I only have to remember like 90 names.
I think every time I
Brother,
think of your,
That sounds
Your
like
name?
a personal problem.
I think of that song Foxtrot.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm in bugbear.
Human, dungeon master, God voice from above. Personal problems sound like yes.
You're supposed to be like
Umbra
this.
is
God, give me the answers.
God, it's a personal problem for you to remember 90 character names.
I hate and love you all.
Squish, squish, squish.
14.
Produce 4 eyeballs.
I want to keep it. It popped. I'm trying again. There's an extra one.
So, as the two of you are examining the crates and the remains of the tent and some of the other activities that make up the campsite itself, the first thing you come across is a copper, like a little copper bucket almost, filled with a bunch of loose coins. It'll take some time to count, but it's 82 silver, 21 gold, and 45 copper. As you kind of sit down and count through it really quick.
What was the
45 copper.
coin count again?
82 silver,
82.
21 gold, 45 copper.
Correct.
How much is the bucket worth?
I mean, it
It's
looks
weight
like.
in copper.
I mean, yeah, it just looks like a copper bucket made with like a copper lining.
45
It's
copper.
heavily tarnished with green and has a pretty intense kind of urine smell associated to it.
It's a piss pot.
Yeah, pretty much a piss pot.
Old money. Excellent.
So the goblins were pissing coins.
See,
We shouldn't have
They're
killed
magic
them.
goblins.
Oh my god.
the golden goose.
Yes.
Oh,
Ah.
I mean,
Especially if they're pissing gold
one
coins.
got
like-
away.
One got away.
we can
We
can
have
do-
to track
All right,
it.
y'all,
Okay.
piss in the bucket. If it's not
So
gold,
out there
you're
you-
pissed.
to make a session where we capture said gold pissing goblin.
mean, it is kind of gold looking.
You find a bundle of weapons.
Bundle of wrapped weapons.
Yep. You find a silvered quarterstaff. You also find a silvered hand axe, 2 silvered daggers, and a silvered battle axe.
I call
This
dibs on the
is-
hand axe and battle axe.
Silvered battle axe.
And it's strange because the way they're bound up, like they're bound for being like it's like a shipment of
It's
silvered
not right that
weapons.
fast. I got
That's
3 of those things.
okay. So, and those are all in the bundle.
It's a
Yes.
silvered,
Okay.
so they're all silvered weapons.
That is
it's a
not
Quarterstaff, hand axe, 2 daggers, and a
silvered
battle axe.
weapons are used against werewolves.
So, give me a Arcana check while you examine these weapons.
Do I need to roll 2?
No, just Foxglove, because she's asking more specifically.
At least it's not iron. We would be in trouble.
7.
7. You're not entirely sure.
Damn it.
They could or they couldn't.
I come up
Sometimes
behind her.
weapons are silvered for decorative purpose. Sometimes they're silvered for magical purposes. It's hard to know for
It's
sure.
I
probably
come up
cheaper to have a
behind
silvered
Foxstaff
weapon
and
than
say,
a.
"Let me take a look."
Give me an Arcana check.
Sometimes cheaper to have a silvered weapon than a
15.
magical weapon.
15.
Plus anything?
From what you can
Hold
recall,
on, do I get a plus?
It's Arcana +1. 16.
16. So, from what you know, that when weapons are silvered, it's usually done in a way to make them magical, like to have a base magical property.
It's like an enchantment.
Yeah, and it's usually used as a means to strike creatures that can't be hit by normal weapons,
Like trolls, werewolves.
like certain kinds of creatures
so
that
they
are
have
that are
damage
immune
reduction.
to non-magical
Yeah,
weapons.
Okay. Basilisks. Basilisks.
Yeah, I
potentially.
remember. I remember play. You ever play Icewind Dale?
Mhm.
I remember having to find for a side quest the Morningstar sword just to be able to kill that one troll boss. Otherwise, it was a nightmare.
It's not procrastination. It's
Pia.
a side quest.
Most of the bodies are carrying very mundane objects, nothing too fancy. You find 7 gold and 4 silver on all the different bodies that you search.
You need me to write that down?
Write everything down. I'm going to try, but I'm going to fail.
Okay. 7 gold, 4 silver.
4 gold, 7 silver.
Oh, it was 4 gold, 7 silver.
Correct.
Four
Potato,
gold.
potato.
7 silver.
Yeah.
Okay.
However, on one of the bodies, you find a helmet that is interesting.
I put it on.
That's great.
When you put it on, it's like you putting on a football helmet
Uh-huh.
as a baby.
Yeah.
So like you put the helmet on and you watch as her eyes start glowing like a red, like a vicious pulsing red. But the helmet doesn't shrink to fit you.
Uh-huh.
It just sits there wobbling on your head.
Now I'm going to try and take it off.
And then while you wear it, you watch as a little puff of smoke starts like rotating around you, and it's almost like you can't see her, like she's in permanent shadow.
You literally picked up a demon ward's helm.
Awesome. Boom.
I mean, it's a helm that
Do I-
seems to have some weird
If I
magical
want to
properties.
walk over and just rip the helm off her head, do I have to roll for that?
Not necessarily, unless she flies out of reach.
You could try.
I don't. Do I realize I'm covered in shadow, or can I see through
No,
the shadow?
no.
I'm just dancing around. Look at me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, I'm gonna go over and take the helmet off of Pia's head.
You take it off of her head, and it rattles around a bit because it doesn't really fit her. The red glow goes away, the smoke kind of dissipates.
How big is it?
I wanna
Let's
roll.
say
I wanna roll in.
Oh, it would
I
take
wanna.
it? Yeah.
I wanna inspect the helm and see if I can remember anything of my knowledge about it.
You can give me an Arcana check or an Insight check.
Both are +1.
So 12 plus 1 is 13.
13. You've never run across anything like this before. It definitely has magical properties. It's probably a named item, but you're not sure what it is.
You should wear it. It would fit your head way better than mine. Do it.
So Apia and Goth are having a conversation about the helmet.
I don't want to
Foxglove
put it on. It
is
scares me.
kind of continuing to look through the campsite and gather up the
Stop
weapons.
hitting the table. The microphones are on the table.
I'm just in character. I apologize.
When I meaty whack something in the head and we get a crunch, then we can slam the table. But until then,
I know. But Pia is going to get bitch slapped.
The mom face. So while all that other chaos is going around you, Merriweather, you find some interesting, couple interesting items. In one of the pouches of one of the dead goblins, you find a. You've seen them before, so you know what they look like. 2 potions of regular healing.
Just one?
Just one.
Two.
Two.
2, sorry.
2
2.
potions of regular healing.
Okay.
God, smell something tasty that can heal him.
You also find a longsword on one of the members of the camp. That's quite nice. It looks to be magically crafted. While all the other weapons kind of look rusty and mundane and nothing too
This one
fancy.
looks very
Except the
This
silvered
one
one?
looks pretty nice.
Except the silvered one?
This is different from the silvered ones.
Do the silvered ones look rusty and
No.
Okay.
No. But they weren't on the possession of the guy of,
Right.
of the dead people.
Right.
So
So is this thing like the size of my body? Am I having difficulty? Like, can I
It
pick
would-
it up and look if there's like?
yeah, I mean for you it's like almost like the size of a lance when you try to carry it.
I want to try.
If Goth were to carry it, it'd look
It'd
like
be
a pretty
easy
typical
peasy, but I
longsword.
want
It
to.
would-
I want to see if I
no,
can
it'd be like a
lift
toothpick.
it up and like look under it, be like, see if there's anything like written or anything on
You
there.
can
You're probably
Arcana-
walking around
Arcana check
because
if you'd like.
you couldn't fly because you're a wing, right?
No, I can't fly because my weak. That's why I said I'd lift
Yeah,
it up and
yeah.
I'd struggle, and I'm like, is there writing under this thing? Okay, 17 plus 3, so dirty 20.
There's magic writing on it. Doesn't really tell you much more than it's a magical weapon.
Try to pick it up.
so it's an unidentified. It's an unidentified.
What's your strength?
My strength is
Now it's going to do.
What is it?
it's 11.
Yeah, you're unable to
It
do
falls
it.
I'm
down.
like,
Yeah, you
just,
can't really pick it
no.
I noticed Merriweather struggling, and against my better judgment, I plop the helmet back on
Yeah, pretty much.
Pia's
You just-
head. No, I literally just drop the helmet on Pia, and I walk over and pick up the sword.
I just,
for-
you know,
what's my
we're,
strength value?
we're still in the swamp like area, right?
Yeah.
So the thought of struggle of like slips
I'm a plus
on
five.
top of. You ever see
That's
the
a saving
where
throw.
the squirrel puts the broom on top of
Something.
themselves?
My strength value is a 17. I
Yeah,
should've-
so you're good. Yeah, you go over there and you see Merriweather kind of struggling with it. You just kind of pick it up and you test it. It's pretty light in your grip. It's easy to wield, and you can either use 2 hands with it or you could use it as one-handed. So
Since
pretty nice.
Merriweather's still hanging on to the blade, I plop her on my shoulder and I sheath the sword on my back.
okay.
I also did say that I took the silvered hand axe and battle axe, so those are in my possession as well.
Okay.
That pouch though, that one
Technically, I'm
wasn't-
carrying
there were-
everything.
Um,
I'm gonna say that I'm carrying all the silvered weapons, and then we'll sort it later.
Yeah, because it's pretty heavy. It's gonna be some weight.
The only character that's gonna be able to carry it is me, because you 3 are Fae.
They're this
I'm-
big.
And then there's me that is 10 times their size.
This is true.
the pouch that actually had all the coins and everything, the potions. That was just a
Yeah, just a regular leather belt pouch. Nothing too fancy about it. However, while you guys have been searching the campsite, there is something
we're
interesting that
smaller,
you come
between 2 and
across.
3 feet. We're not.
Almost
Not
all
that
of the crates are of various destinations, either far east or far west of the river. So you get the feeling that this riverboat or other riverboats that were ambushed, they were focusing on, stealing things that were on these boats. no survivors so far that you've seen, except you do notice that 3 of the crates have the emblem of a particular village that sits at the base of the last bastion, called the Havenstead Village. And their mark is a mug with a sun behind the mug, which would normally denote that it is probably from the village tavern that would be located there. So maybe it's crates that belong to whoever that owner is.
Havenstead what?
Havenstead Village.
It's Haven or Haven?
Haven,
My brain-
Haven.
So like Haven?
Ste. Yeah, so it's Haven instead. So Havenstead. Havenstead Village.
So we can assume they're the ones that you said that were, because you said it looked like ones were from the south or ones versus the west. I would assume the west ones looked more poor looking, because the way that you described the west, it was supposed to be a very poor area. Like there was.
Well, it's just general goods traversing the routes going east and west.
Oh.
West would be the Oderland Wilds and the capital city of Dressar. The east being all the way back towards the Ashenador and down towards the Penegrip Sands. The Penegrip Sands are a much more kind of not well-to-do location.
Can I roll a history check for the 3 crate symbols? They're the symbols with the mug, so
Sure.
you actually know about them.
Yeah.
I want to look around for through the dead bodies to see if I can find a cloak that is about the size of a normal person, and I want to attach it to the helmet so it looks like I'm a full tall person while I'm flying around.
It's easy enough. There's some cloaks lying around. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, because of
13?
the shot, you're literally
13?
just going to be a rape with red eyes.
Most villages and towns have a tavern. You're not really sure what the name of it is.
Would
You
I at
just-
least know, would they be a group that we'd want to take these crates back to, or something maybe we would like want to just leave them?
I don't know. You want to open them and see what's in them?
I want to open them and see what's in them. I'm opening everything.
All right, I'm gonna crack open the crates, I guess.
Okay.
That's what I was
So
thinking.
as you guys kind of, she's building a scarecrow out of
I don't
a
know,
helmet
My
and
strength
cloak.
is not small. I can break them open.
But you're still at the tents.
Oh, I thought these were at the tent.
Well,
They're
the
everywhere.
campsite is a
wide.
sprawl of tents, crates, and there was no real order to it. It was quite chaotic. So I mean, you would see them gathered around
The dead
one
bodies.
of the sets of crates that have gotten their interest. So you're free to join them if you want to. Okay. Goth, go ahead and give me a strength check as you start prying open the first of the crates.
So it was the tents that I searched first?
Correct.
Okay.
And that's where you found the bundle
Right.
of silvered weapons.
13 plus 5.
18. Yeah, you get your nails
No,
underneath
that's your
there.
saving throw. It's not a
Oh.
saving throw. It'd just be the +3.
Oh, that's still 16.
16. Yeah, you get your DC was a 15. So you get your fingers under the edge and crack that lid off. It is filled with like very nice tankards, silver tankards. They seem to have an emblem of kind of like a keep on them, and written below the emblem is the word bastion.
You guys think maybe they'll pay us if we deliver them? don't know
I
if
say
get
we
them.
take it and see if we get booze.
Did that riverboat look
Yeah.
dead?
Making.
The riverboat looked like it wouldn't float anymore, or
Yeah, it had quite a bit of damage to it.
No one will ever know that I'm a fairy under here.
Meanwhile, now she has the helmet on and the cloak.
and she looks like a wraith.
Yeah, basically, it's like all the smoke and shadow is gradually filling up the cloak.
If she wasn't already crazy and intimidating, this is worse.
Yeah, this is far worse.
It's so much worse.
This is far worse.
Oh, speaking of, I'm gonna go towards you, and then I'm going to.
You're on my shoulder.
Yeah, I'm gonna smack.
Well, she was actually walking
Sure.
around. She's probably gonna go back to your shoulder.
Shoulder. Yeah, start cure wound, smack.
Just take a short rest. You'll be fine.
That was a short rest, but just in case.
Yeah, that way your health point isn't just one.
Yeah, I have 2 health.
I have 3.
I mean, you guys can take a short rest if
Yeah,
you want to.
I'd rather take a short rest instead of spending all our spells that we might
Okay.
need.
Yeah, short rest agreed.
Okay.
Are we all in agreement?
I am spending my short rest.
I'm only down
perfecting
4,
my costume.
so
I have a total of 8 hit points, so being down 5 is actually significant.
I mean, I have a max of 14, and I'm at 2.
Okay, I got D6s, and I got how many can I use? It's only the 1, right? It's in level 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, 1d6. Let's see how I do.
Yeah, you had what you roll d6 and add your con bonus to it.
Oh, I have a +2 to my con, so I'm pretty good. And I rolled a 5.
I gotta do
7.
the same.
If you're taking a short rest,
I
yeah.
am.
all right, I'll take a short
I'm
rest.
back to full health.
What's my con?
Because technically,
I'll be on first watch.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
So I
They're
gotta.
taking a short rest. You know, keeping a watch on the kind of like the immediate area of the encampment.
So I got a 3 + 2, so I got 5 health. Back.
okay. So now I have the helmet on, and I have the cloak. I have to cast dancing lights to make it look like absolute cool. You know.
You look like a lich lord.
Yes.
18.
18. So while they're all taking a short rest, either counting up the coin, going through their stuff, sitting, kind of just doing their thing, you're just kind of wandering around the edge of the campsite. You see a pair of boots sticking out of some underbrush underneath a tree.
Of course, I'd be on the floor, the one that sees all the stuff on the floor.
It's like they're
Parkour. No.
they're sticking out like this, you know, like
They're just boot. Yeah.
they're just boots sticking out of the underbrush.
Does it look like it does? It does it look like an empty boot, or does it actually look like a filled boot?
I don't know how close you want to get.
How big is the boot? How big is the boot?
Humanoid side, like, you know, medium size.
I'm gonna be safe than sorry, and I'm gonna go back and give them a warning that there's some boots, because yeah, I'm already hurt. I don't want to be hurt. I'm gonna be stomped on boots.
Meriwether comes back and says that there's a pair of boots sticking out of a underbrush over by a tree.
I'll go look.
Okay. Yeah, they're there.
I'm gonna
Take it with you.
investigate.
Do the boots fit?
I take her with
I'm
me.
gonna go with, and I pick up the little one with the broken wing.
Okay.
If we take the boots off, do the feet shrivel up and disappear into the
Are they
Yeah, as
red
Flox
boots?
Flox, as you get closer, you can see rope
Sparkly.
bound around someone's calves, and you can see somebody with like a huge knot on their head. They're gagged and bound, and 3/4 of the way, kind of like in the bush.
Are they conscious?
They are unconscious currently.
But they're alive.
They look to be stabilized, but unconscious.
We should help them.
I mean, we don't know. They could be bad people. I want to see. I want if he's still passed out. Look around him to see if there's a symbol or something on him. Or
He's wearing a very kind of like simple homespun tunic, leather pants with his boots, simple belt around his waist. His hands and arms are bound. His legs are bound.
What race
this is
he?
feeling like
He's
a trap.
human. Looks human.
Okay.
This is feeling like a trap. I think we should kill him. I think he's the BBEG.
Somebody's been playing in my game
I say
far
we
too
take.
long.
I say we
Oh.
take Bucket and wake him up while still bound.
How about we find a big rock? I don't know why it feels like a.
The only person that does not want to kill the poor man.
It's you.
I'm just gonna.
And God, God wants to wake him up.
I'm on the edge. I'm saying we keep him bound, but I'll use the copper bucket we obtained earlier with all the coins, because the coins are now in our coin pouch. So I'm gonna take that copper bucket, go fill it up, and just dump it on his face and see if
Wait,
this.
are you gonna pee in it and then dump it on him?
Yes. Yes.
So while
You see
he's,
God.
No, I was gonna go to the. I was gonna.
Oh,
Go
I
to
was gonna let him
yeah, I
pee in the
mean,
bucket.
it's a piss bucket.
All right, no.
You're like, I'm gonna fill it up. While
Hey,
he's
hey,
getting
hold on,
the
I
piss
got it.
bucket, I'll hit cure wound. And
Okay.
then see
Uh,
if-
roll a
Healing.
heal.
Do I have to roll for pissing in the bucket?
Yes, you have to roll for pissing in the bucket.
Yeah.
No, you just standing off to the side, filling up the
20!
Natty 20 for peeing in the bucket. His aim.
Great
His
aim.
aim is
Good
on.
aim.
Inspiration.
Yeah, good aim. You get 0 splashback. your boots and your hairy feet are
Are
not
dry.
going to smell like urine.
So we got 2 health points.
Okay.
On who?
His eyes begin to flutter. His mouth is still gagged, and he's
Don't
kind of looking around.
I'll pull the
Freak
gag
out.
out. I'll pull the
He
gag
looks
out.
right at Pia, and his eyes get really wide, like he's terrified.
I need
I'll
to
pull the
take a
gag
deep
out.
breath
I'll
with a
pull the
gag
gag
out.
I'm just standing
Hello?
there. I'm just
Hi.
standing there with the bucket ready.
Why?
I don't think we need the bucket.
Man, I wish I had thought of
Who are you? And
We were.
where are the vagabonds that kidnapped me? What has happened?
You mean all
They've
those
been
dead things?
disposed of.
How? Did my people send you to rescue me? I hope.
No,
No.
but who are your
No?
people?
I'm from the Bastion.
You're from the
Close.
Bastion. Well, that's where we're headed.
Oh, fascinating.
We just came across their camp
Oh,
and the riverboat.
well, we're still close then. I was afraid that they were going to take me away.
Where
I wouldn't move too much. You kind of got a big bump there, buddy. You're just kind of still trying to.
I still think he's the BBEG. But that's Callista. That's not Foxbug.
Sorry. Could I be unbound now? I'd like to feel my fingers and toes again.
Maybe. Yeah, we're done.
I light the rope on fire so it burns.
No,
Can your demon
No.
friend stop trying to kill
Pia,
me?
stop.
I pull out
No,
one
no.
of the. I pull out one of
throw
the.
the piss bucket at
No, so
Oh
first
my
off,
God.
so I'm gonna roll because I'm gonna attempt to hit Pia in the helmet with the bucket
piss-
copper bucket.
Go for it. Yeah, go for it.
With the copper bucket, not just the pee in it.
No, I already dumped out the pee.
Oh, okay.
So I rolled a
a little bit of residual.
14. What's my dex? Because it's technically arranged.
Well, no, it's strength based for you.
So what would it be?
Plus your strength bonus.
Plus 3.
So 14 plus 3, 17.
What's
so
your
I
armor
hurl
class?
the bucket
Armor
at
class is
Pia's
12.
head.
12. Yeah, like you just feel this metal bucket hit you in the head, which causes because your helmet's too
Yeah.
big, it spins around. And you're like, now you're blind, you can't see.
I move forward frantically.
And you're like,
I reach out and grab said helmet.
pull it off of her. Oh, fey creature. Of course, I'm obviously dead, and this is hell.
I pull out the one of the silver daggers that we found, and I cut it free.
You could be
Thank
in the Feywild.
He kind of struggles to his feet, leans against the tree.
I wouldn't
Easy,
move
little
too
human.
much.
You took nasty knock to head.
Yes, I noticed the fight broke out, and I immediately started to try to crawl away, and I hit my head in the process, and
Can't reach anymore
did
to
the four of
heal.
you really kill? Did the four of you really
Little-
kill all of them?
Little Merryweather, I
That's-
believe.
Fantastic. Makes
I
me
mean, one of them
feel
got
a
away.
little bit weird about how I was so easily kidnapped. Anyways,
How were you so easily kidnapped?
I don't actually remember what happened. I was at
Are you a
I was
magic
out
person?
I was at the keep and drinking at the local tavern near the keep.
Wait, they took you from the Bastion? You weren't on the riverboat.
No, there's a riverboat nearby.
Yeah, that's what they were.
Oh no, I think they took me quite a few days ago.
Really? Inside check.
Yeah, because
Inside check.
didn't we already mention
I-
the
I-
riverboat? And he was
before she-
totally like, "Oh, we're not too far from that."
Oh, I
Get
got a
it.
19.
No, I just meant
I was
he
gonna
said,
say-
we're not too far from the river.
Just as a kind of a D&D
21.
way of doing
21?
this.
He's being honest.
Sounds like we have a mystery on our hands today.
Bro,
like,
Um,
you can't call me a nerd, dude. I'm just a hippie that likes to eat and smoke a lot.
Scooby snacks are edibles.
yeah, I think I was. Well, I'm not
That's
sure
why
what
Scooby
day it
talks.
is, but
What day is it?
I mean, it would be the equivalent of a Friday.
I will tell him it's Friday.
I think I was taken on Monday.
Well, they've had you for a while.
Yes.
Are you hungry? Did they
I
feed
am
you?
starving.
Have some food.
Oh, thank you very much.
So-
What's your name?
Foxglove.
Foxglove. Interesting.
Goth the gun.
Pleasure, Golf. Clearly the leader of
I
the
straightened
party.
myself up and I'm waiting.
Fuck you. I'm going to leave you alone. You're weird as
That's
fuck.
Pia.
Pia. Your name is
Yeah.
Her name is
Please don't
Boom.
Pia on me. Anyways, thank you.
Are you a magic user? You were surprised that they took you.
Well, no,
Are
I
you
think I
powerful?
just drank too much. Or
Are you
maybe
powerful?
there was something. What do you mean powerful?
Are you powerful?
Would
Why
they
do
have
you-
tried to ransom you?
I don't know.
Do you know who you are?
Well, yes, of course I know who I am.
And you don't know if someone would pay a ransom for you?
I'm Valen Castile.
What does job class or ability?
Does the
I'm
name,
sorry,
does the name
I,
sound
uh,
familiar?
Classes and
Valen
servers,
Castile?
not
What
really, yeah.
what do you do for living?
Oh, I run the keep.
Run the keep. That sounds
That sounds important.
yeah.
Needless to say, I'm going to have a little talk with Captain Rowan about this, but
Does the name sound familiar?
as far as you know, a family that goes by the name of Castile runs the bastion.
So by the keep, he means
I
the
love-
bastion.
Mm-hmm.
I love how he runs the keep, and his name is Castile, and Castile is another word for
Well,
castle.
Well, it's spelled with a K.
Yeah.
Kftel.
But still.
Castile.
I did it
Um,
with a C.
Me too.
I was wondering, since you said you're already journeying there, you mind I
We don't
accompany
mind
you.
if you come with
Join
us.
us.
Probably safer for you.
probably, although maybe while we walk, he looks around, picks up a cloak off of one of the dead persons, and
Maybe you want to wear the helmet that I found.
why
No,
does
we
she
don't
continue
need
to
to
talk to
go.
me?
Pia, just give the helmet
I-
to Goth.
No, I've already confiscated the helmet.
Yeah.
Secure on my belt line.
My point.
I'm gonna tug on the side of his cloak. Do you recognize this symbol? And I'm gonna point to the crate that had the
Oh yes, that's it's a little tavern in the village, in Evanstead.
Did they have any horses?
That belongs to the River Run Tavern and Inn. That's
they
the
have any-
emblem that they keep over their shop.
Did the goblins have any horses? How are they transporting all this crap?
You didn't see any. You
Maybe
didn't see any horses.
Any
Well,
wagons?
from last-
Nothing.
No.
From last session, I
The boat.
remember the boat was
The-
still
the boat-
intact.
I thought
It's intact, but it has damage. It's not quite waterworthy.
how hard would it be to get it waterworthy? How far away from the keep are we still?
You're probably
Couple
if you
days.
a couple days to get there.
Okay.
If you can get the boat working, only a day away.
Okay. And we could take stuff. Let's
And
work
you
on the
could-
boat.
Yeah, and you could take stuff.
But we were originally on a boat first, weren't we? And then
No.
No, we were walking.
You guys were walking along the
coastline of
river's
riverbed.
edge, yeah. Because you were making your way down to the ferry crossing, which is another 2-day journey, and that ferry crossing takes you over to the access up to the bastion. Well, I'm eternally grateful. Yes, if we can get the boat up and running, that'd be a far easier way to get back to my home.
Okay.
Although,
Well,
if we run across people, let's not mention who I am.
that's Callista doing that. Not Fox. I'm sorry.
His name, your tender name is Kevin.
Very well. Get off my
Okay.
line. Yes, Kevin it is. If anyone asks, I'm a
Valen,
traveler with you.
Kevin, Valen, Kevin. I mean, they sound close.
No, that's the point. You don't want it to sound the same.
I didn't say they sound the same. I said they sound
They sound
close.
close.
Kevin,
Unless-
Valen.
Unless people
know,
have
I
something
mean-
better.
I'll just start a fire. Yep. And I'm going to
Okay.
drag bodies into the woods.
I'm
Okay.
going to call you Splat.
And
she's apparently playing with that one dead body.
Wait.
Ignore insane fairy.
What
Listen
time-
to other two.
What
Okay.
time of day is
She
it?
starts creating sparks around here.
I mean, it was mid-morning when you came across the campsite.
Okay.
Okay,
Focus.
so we
So I'd
can
say by the
Focus.
time you searched the campsite, found
Sparks.
found Valen,
Mm,
went through all the crates and everything. It's now the afternoon.
like
While
Yeah.
they were doing that, I chopping down trees to make planks of wood in case we have to repair the boat.
Okay. Give me an athletics check for starters.
19
Okay.
plus what?
Free.
what is 3?
My strength.
Or it's
So
athletics.
20. It's a 22.
So athletics is +5.
Oh, so
Ah.
never mind. It's a 24.
Well, hey, DM Fainer, thank you for the raid.
Hey,
We're under attack.
By our own mental demons.
We're being well, that's true for you.
Yeah, because she's fucking insane.
Doesn't have any mental demons. She's friends with all of them.
But just because you aren't
So
for this,
then you're
but
at war with your mental
No.
angels.
You're at war with your mental angel.
I'm asking her to help me light the fire, which I feel like this is going to be a bad idea on my part. How well does she have focus today?
I have prestidigitation and druidcraft, which both allow me to
Which
do
both
so.
allow her to do that. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm afraid to be on fire.
God, don't roll low. Don't roll low.
No roll necessary.
I know this
Like
house.
for
With druid
there's
craft, you
almost
don't
like
have
a
to roll.
moment of clarity in Pia's face.
If you roll low, I feel like Jason.
Yeah, like when
would
she
say,
exercises
"Oh,
magic, she's not insane. She's kind of normal, and there's clarity there. But as soon as she's done with the magic, she like sees a little spider crawling along, and she starts to go have a conversation with it. So she's like that duality mode.
I
you
like
know?
how we're just immediately like she's the insane one when she's
Yeah,
not casting
yeah.
spells.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm a wild magic. Oh, I'm going to be a wild magic sorcerer once I can actually choose that.
So that you fell, you spend the afternoon felling a couple of trees, and you pull out your hand axe and start.
Working
You're
on
not like masterful like woodcraft or anything. You're just making enough planking and enough spare wood to be able to fill and fix the damage to the riverboat. Give me a wisdom check, if you would, please.
I want to do guidance, but I don't have it.
I know everybody
So I
wants
rolled
to
a
do guidance.
17.
Have fun with the fire.
What is it?
Don't
what
set
is it
yourself
he's
on
doing?
fire.
Wisdom.
Wisdom?
I love setting myself on fire.
Plus
Put
1.
the spiders
So
on
18.
fire.
18.
I don't care.
She starts
You managed
setting
to find
on fire.
some
Spiders
rope.
are- you can hear them
There was a
screeching
small
voices.
tar container. Between the rope and the
Oh,
tar,
dance.
you do a pretty decent job
Legs off.
of kind of like patching the areas of the boat that
Yeah.
needed it the most.
At that point, I'm
You're strong enough to kind of push the front of the riverboat back out into the water. It can hold up to about a dozen people, but the front of the riverboat is where all the crates were. So by the time you were to load anything that you guys want to take back to the bastion, I mean, it'd be pretty full. Maybe enough room for about 5 people, but because you guys are small and
They
don't
can
wanna take
literally
up that
just
much-
all
yeah.
sit on my shoulders.
Yeah, I mean, but it's functional. The rudder still works. The main sail that you can lift up if you need it still works. There's guide poles for if you get near the shallows.
Do we have oars?
No, you have like the drag poles, and you have a small kind of like sailing mast that
Okay.
you can use. But the river runs from the mountains of the Ashenor to the sea of the Panagrip Sands. So the direction that you're going, it's downstream.
So it makes it faster.
So at
Okay.
least it makes it more efficient to use the
We're
boat.
going to work on loading the crates in the
Okay.
boat.
It'll take a while. I mean, I'll say, and you guys have a fire going.
she's now playing with the fire. I'm gonna go fishing. Just bite a fish.
Oh,
Okay.
There's actually one thing I'm hoping to do. Amongst all, I know we already did searching for
Mhm.
useful stuff. I want to pick up any unuseful random trinkets
Sure.
and just keep. I'm going to be a hoarder of things.
Well, that's honestly a good thing because you
I
never
like-
know what it could be
I
worth.
like doing that.
Like,
Yeah, I mean,
we may encounter somebody who is like, "Oh, this is
like
a family."
maybe I
heirloom."
take all the strings
So
out of their
instead-
shoes.
and-
You know,
and to accommodate Pia's kind of like ADHD momentum,
Mhm.
instead of investigation, give me perception, because it's more of a quick kind of, as every time Foxglove drags a body out into the woods, you're kind of following
Oh,
her.
no.
while
first
she does-
natural one.
Oh no!
My dice rolls continue.
So every time Foxglove is like dragging a body into the woods, you're kind of like following her and like kind of just rummaging through pockets and and she pulls another body and then another, and she's gathered up all the bodies, out into the woods. So you collect buttons. Is what you collect.
How many do I get?
You get a dozen buttons.
Well, I was going to ask because we didn't decide where we were going to drag the bodies.
I just took them into the forest.
She just took them out into the forest.
Okay, I was going to say, did we want to just drag them into the forest, or did we want to like give them a funeral?
I don't want to give them a funeral. That takes time. They're just going into the forest.
I catch them on fire.
Fuck them. No, we don't want to start a forest fire.
It's called cremation.
Anyway, so while they're doing that,
Okay.
I started loading the crates. I'm trying to take two at a time.
Okay. Give me an athletics check as you do this for a little while.
Oh god.
A while.
Plus
That
my
is the operative
strength, right?
word.
Yeah.
Athletics is +5.
Okay, so it's 8 plus 5. It's a 13.
13. That's fine. Give me a con save if you would.
Con save would be +4.
16.
16. You avoid exhaustion, even though you're able to take 2 crates at a time. But before long, all the crates that kind of were intact or had things in them of value that would have some.
After I do the bodies, I can help them with it.
Okay, that's fine. By the time the sun sets, the boat's loaded.
I'm helping. I got 12 buttons.
And you took it off cloaks and off
And you were making food?
trousers and
I
off
was
like
wrestling fish.
little shredded jackets. Give me a nature check if you would, please.
Wrestling fish, more like she just sits there looking pitiful and the fish come to her.
That is a nat 20.
That was me after.
You know what the nat
Plus
one I
one.
had written down for your natural one? If you rolled a nat one,
I would
you
give
guys
my
watch
fish-
as Meriwether comes tearing through the encampment with a crocodile chasing her.
That would have been awesome.
I still love that.
That would have been the nat one.
I still love that I rolled a nat 20 on pissing in the bucket.
So do I carry a dead croc with me this time? No.
So like you, as you're fishing, you feel the line go taut.
Oh no, I couldn't find. I totally wanted to just wrestle fish. Just
wanna
jump in the
wrestle
water,
fish?
wrestle fish.
Okay.
Really?
We're totally. I'm gonna
So
jump.
you roll
in
a
and
natural.
punch a-
So if you're wrestling fish, that's a
Are you
grapple. So
trying
give
to
me.
stab them?
Yeah.
So what's your bonus for athletics and acrobatics?
On top of the
Either
natural
or.
20.
Athletics is 0. Acrobatics is 2. So.
2. So 22.
Okay.
You are currently in the shallows of the river wrestling a very large big mouth bass. It's maybe about 30 inches long,